Thinking about selling your home in 2020? Let's talk about the 10 steps you can take to maximize the sales price. Sell it in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassles. Hey, I'm Trey Dobie with the Dobie team of Keller Williams Capital Realty. If you're thinking about selling in 2020, let's talk about these 10 steps to maximize the sales price. The first step is the first impression. So whenever people pull up to the house, they're gonna instantly judge your house. And if it doesn't look very tidy, grass is overgrown, your landscaping hasn't been trimmed, it's signs that you don't take care of the house. So it's vital that the front yard is nice and trimmed, there's no leaves, the landscaping has been freshly cut, the mulch has been mixed up to look nice, the home has been power washed, the gutters are clean. That's how you get that good first impression when the buyer pulls up to the house. The second thing is stepping inside the house, you need to tidy up and declutter. So clean off those countertops in the kitchen. Make sure the house is nice and clean. Clean all the windows, clean the floors, have the carpets professionally cleaned, and clean out those closets. If the closets are stuffed completely full, it just screams that we don't have any storage in this house, and people love storage. So having those closets nice and tidy makes it look like your home has tons of storage. The third step is addressing any touch-up painting that needs to be done. Oftentimes inside houses, there's going to be some scuff marks on the walls, maybe the trim's been scuffed up, and just doing a little bit of touch-up paint can go a long way. Maybe you have a bedroom with bright red walls or bright pink or a bright green. Toning down those colors, going with more of a neutral color can also make a very huge difference. The fourth step is updating the home. So you don't want to spend too much on these updates, but if it's really dated, it's important that you spend a little bit of money in areas that can make a big difference. Kitchens and bathrooms are what sells homes. So if your cabinets are outdated, your countertops look hideous, refinish those cabinets. It can make a huge difference. Go ahead and put in some fresh countertops as well. Now, depending on the neighborhood, what types of finishes you do can make a big difference. You don't want to over improve the house, so sometimes a nice laminate that looks like a granite could be a great option. But if you're in certain neighborhoods, people expect granite. So if you have questions about what updates you should or shouldn't do, always feel free to reach out to us. The fifth step to maximizing the sales price is concealing that you have a four-legged friend in the house. Seems like everybody has a dog or a cat these days, but not everybody does, and some people actually have allergies to them. So it's important that if you do have a dog or you do have a cat, make sure you take your four-legged friend with you whenever the house is being shown. But on top of that, conceal their food containers, their water containers, their crates. Put them in a place where they can't be seen so that whenever people are looking at the house, they don't have to worry about, pet smells whenever they purchase the house. The sixth step is to depersonalize the house. So if you have a lot of pictures around the house of you and your family, it's a good time to put those away. I understand that you're going to live in the house, but buyers, whenever they come into the house, want to envision themselves living in the house. If they see random people throughout the house, they can't envision themselves being in it because it feels like a stranger's home. Sometimes people actually go and start looking at all the pictures to see if they can figure out whose home it is, and you don't want to take away from the showing itself. So if they're sidetracked with photos, they're not looking at all the great features that your home has to offer. The seventh tip that I have is getting ready for photos and showings. Make sure you light it up. So what I mean by light it up is pull back all the curtains, open the blinds, and have all the lights on inside the house. Natural light and lighting in general makes homes feel bigger. That's why it's good to have natural colored walls, not real dark walls, because the dark walls enclose it and make the home feel smaller. So the natural lighting makes it feel bigger and airy. My eighth tip is to always be ready to show the house. So when buyers are out looking at houses, if they happen to drive by and they want to see yours and maybe they're in a rush and they have to buy a house today, missing that one showing could cost you thousands of dollars, because if that person could have been a good fit and the house wasn't ready to show, it may be a while before another buyer comes along and your house sits on the market. And the longer your home sits on the market, the more stale it gets and the lower the offers become. So always having your home ready to show so that anybody can get in at any time is vital. The 9th tip I have is to price it right. So price it right doesn't mean price it low. It doesn't mean overprice it. It means hitting that sweet spot. So many people have sentimental value in their property and they can name all the things that their house has that the other house down the street doesn't have. But honestly, when buyers are coming in, they're not looking at it in that same mindset. They're comparing your house to the house down the street or the house, the next neighborhood. And buyers are very savvy these days. There's a ton of online information. They can look at price per square foot. They can look at historical data. They can see what you paid for. They can find pictures from the last time it was listed and compare what you've actually done to it. So pricing it right is absolutely vital. And a part of pricing it right is finding a realtor that has the systems in place to come up with that market analysis to determine the right sales price. In today's market, homes are always changing in the value. So if you're comparing it to homes 3 years ago, values have gone up a lot since then. So it's important that we're looking at not only past sales within the last 6 to 12 months, but we're also looking at what's on the market today. The last step I have that will guarantee your home sells for a maximum price in the shortest amount of time with the least hassle is to hire a team of professionals to sell your house. So a single agent in today's environment can often struggle because they're trying to show buyers homes, they're trying to list properties, they're trying to do all the paperwork, they're trying to attend closings, they're trying to market the property, and it's overwhelming as a single agent. I was once there, and that's why we developed a team, and we've developed all the systems so that everything is systematized and we know what needs to be happening every step of the way. So we know what needs to be happening on the marketing front. We know how we need to be following up with leads. We know how we need to be following up with other agents who have shown the property. So hiring a team with a proven track record that has great sales price to list price ratio, your days on the market is absolutely absurd, and you're maximizing those sales price. You know how to market the home. So with us, we do professional photography on every house. It seems like that would be a given, but unfortunately it's not. Professional photography can make a huge difference on who steps foot into the house. With 96% of people starting their home search online, you have to get people in the house to make an offer. And sometimes just knowing how to not only shoot those photos, but arrange those photos and make sure that that front photo is going to draw people's eyes. For example, if you have a home with acreage, a drone shot showing off that land is going to be absolutely vital. Also, when it comes to marketing, anybody can post it inside the MLS and it's going to hit a lot of websites. But going out and finding the social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, and doing that detailed marketing approach can make a huge difference in what your home sells for. So if you're thinking of selling in 2020, those are the 10 tips that you can do to maximize your sales price so that it sells in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassle. Now, if you have questions about your specific situation, always feel free to reach out to us at 812-777-4611. You can reply back to this email, or maybe you're catching this through social media, shoot us a message, get a hold of us however you like. We'd be happy to answer any questions about your particular situation. Again, I'm Trey Dobie with the Dobie team at Keller Williams Capital Realty, and I hope you have a great day.